Hello, I'm Peter Fatty, Chief Science Officer of GameSense Sports, talking here about developing a pitch recognition program. Now that, of course, includes our GameSense video drills, but it also includes a variety of things before, after, and during those video drills. First, we have to have a test-retest. Now, this is the video occlusion method in which you get cut-off pitches, and the test taker, the hitter, needs to guess the type of pitch, fastball, curveball, slider, and location, whether that is ball or strike. Now, you'll notice that there is no feedback. You'll also notice that pitches are cut off at different places. There are 4 different pitchers in this test, 56 total pitches. It takes 5 minutes, and the scores are then benchmarked against minor league hitters who've taken the same test. So when you get the test result on that, first of all, you can check against the minor league average, which most people are interested in. Here you see that the team average, this is a D1 team that took the test recently. You can see that their average is actually very close to the minor league average. You'll notice that the scores, the pitch type, ball strike, and PR score don't add up. There's what we might call a secret formula behind all of those. You'll notice that the PR score, the overall pitch recognition score, scales a lot like OPS, where 750 is average, 800 is good, 900 starts to get into the elite category. And you can get a lot of good observations from the scores. For instance, Drew, who you'll notice about halfway down, has really solid type and location scores. Overall score, this is an incoming freshman. This is not a guy who's taken an NCAA at bat, and yet some consideration was already being given to having him start out as leadoff hitter, and this certainly confirms those coach observations. Whereas Steve, for instance, has hit leadoff in the past, and consistent with the test results here, has got a good eye, but not much average or power. You want to have the test-retest to see the development of players as well as to get insights on players, and then have the GameSense video drills, and these drills themselves will give you a lot of information. They can be done in the clubhouse or also on the player's own time at their apartment or on the bus or wherever it is, on iPad or on a TV. This is again that same video occlusion approach. Again, guessing the type of pitch and whether it's a ball or a strike, pitch cut off at different points. You get a little bit more information. Here the count is given, and you get the feedback. And that's really where the learning happens, is repetition with immediate feedback. Here the player got the guess wrong, guessed fastball strike, it was slider, and so you got to replay with the whole view of it. And we can look at that separately, have you trial the app. But what I really want to show you here is what the player's use of the app can tell you as the coach. On the left here, you have all the hitters on the team. There's the same guys, and it's showing how they do against various pitches types across all of the drills that they do. So you can look and see very quickly that they do fine identifying fastballs, except for the one kid who was actually a manager trying out the system. And they identify sliders, blue being above 50% quite well. Curveball's not really a problem there. Cutters, a problem, but they are for everyone. But what jumps out at you here is the below 50% scores, orange and red, below 50%, consistently on changeups. And in fact, the hitting coach of this team put together this slide with his other slides in an offensive install, what they're going to emphasize in the season, preparation for the season, and specified that they would be doing something every day to become a good changeup hitting team. Now, along with those sort of team tendencies that you can see, you can also look at individual players. So this is one of the players, and the names on the list now down the side are the pitchers in the app. So the savvy hitting coach knows who these guys are, knows that Jake and Jason both are cutter guys, pretty tough cutter guys. Juan is a side-arming reliever. Marty's a four-pitch, mix-it-up type of guy. Ryo, a tall mid to upper 90s power guy. So they know that, and they can see at a glance what their hitter is doing good or may need some work at. The big question then is, okay, how does that type of training relate to actual hitting performance? And that's a very tricky thing to address. We do have a situation with one of the pro organizations using this, that we can track guys from 2017 when they started in using GameSense with their rookie league players, and then continuing in 2018 as some of those players advanced to low A, etc., and a new bunch of guys came in at short season. So what we're looking at here is the difference in the various hitting statistics that they had between 2017 and 2019 over that 3-year span, and then comparing the guys who did that training with everybody else in the leagues that they played in as a control group. And so what you can see here is that we had significant growth, statistically significant. If we've got any sabermetricians in the group, you know how important that is, how meaningful that is. We've got a 19-point increase in on-base percentage, and this is not by one individual. This is by a whole group. 19% increase in walk rate. Nothing happening in strikeout rate. However, notice that the control group went up significantly in strikeout rate. Now remember that 2017 to 19 is this same cohort of hitters advancing, obviously, to more difficult levels. And this is the one that we really hang our hat on, and that is the walk to strikeout ratio, sometimes called good eye ratio. And we've got darn near 100 points of improvement on this. And this is a statistic where 300 is way below average, really difficult, problematic type of area. 400's about average. 500 is great. That's your 2-to-1 strikeout ratio. That's your Lance Berkman. That's somebody who really gets it. So 100 points of walk to strikeout ratio is a very substantial difference, and of course exactly what we're getting after, which is pitch recognition. Now, beyond that, beyond what you get just using the app, we really see the effects when we can take that type of work, some of those same ideas, and get them into batting cage drills, which we'll look at elsewhere and are available to any team that is using our basic or premium team subscriptions. A special way of doing bullpen stand-in. It's been adopted by several of the pros and many college teams. We can teach you that. And video cued tee work. Now, this is just taking a picture from the app. We've got a mode called Hit Station where you see the cutoff video. The hitter reacts to that. There's no computer involved. Your feedback is the ball. This is Jason, the cutter slider guy. So, the guy reads probably a slider on that. Anyway, good take, not something to swing at. In place again, and reacting in game speed, and watch his head as he comes down to hit the ball on that. And then every time, checks the replay. It's not a simulation. It's not exactly the same location. He's just making a decision and putting that decision. Now, here he got not so good a swing. Gets a little coaching up from the coach, not too much. Yeah, came around that ball a little bit. Ready for the next one. Yeah, good take. So, here we see that cutter slider to a back foot, swing at that one, and you're out. So, that's really what we're looking for when we can put all of these things together. The testing, the computer drills, the batting cage bullpen drills, and really start to build a program, a pitch recognition program. That's what we're after. We don't want to sell you a piece of software that goes right to the coat closet. We want to be part of your continuing to make pitch recognition part of your hitter DNA. I'm Peter Fatty, professor at Southern Illinois University. I've been researching pitch recognition for 20 years. Chief Science Officer of GameSense. I invite you to email me any questions or suggestions, and to check our GameSense Sports website. Also, check out Twitter. Not all over the social media, but I like my Twitter group, Dr. Fatty, or #PitchRecognition. Thank you very much for your attention.